For type 1 diabetics, eat 1 meal a day and make it clean keto. Go on a zero carbohydrate diet. There is no reason whatsoever why you need carbohydrates. You don't. There is no one who has died of not eating carbohydrates. There is no deficiency condition for not eating carbohydrates. No deficiency condition. At least if you don't eat protein, you will end up getting protein deficiencies, therefore amino acid deficiencies, therefore psychosis, lack of sleep, and hormone problems. You will end up having muscle wasting because you cannot repair your muscles because protein is used to repair your muscles. If you don't eat fat, you will not form hormones. You will not form cholesterol, so there will be no body repair. There will be no adequate system functioning. If you don't eat vitamins, of course, each vitamin has a vitamin deficiency. And you know those vitamin deficiencies. We will talk about them one day. What is the deficiency condition for carbohydrates? Can beer and meat cause diabetes? My friend, beer is estrogen. Beer is barley. Beer is fat. Beer is a fatty liver. And then fatty liver is insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is diabetes. Meat cannot cause you these problems, but lean meat can actually expose you to being fat and getting to problems. Because lean meat, excess of it, you can easily overeat lean meat. And excess of that is converted to glucose. What do you expect at the end of the process? You have the answer. Zero deficiency. Now you know. You've been lied to all the time. That's why they looked for the deficiency condition. It was not there. And then they decided to tell you that carbohydrates are energy-giving foods. And then eat them in the morning so that you have energy throughout the day. They lied to you. You see somebody saying lack of energy. Lack of energy is not a deficiency condition. And by the way, there's something called gluconeogenesis. You can get glucose from fats, you can get glucose from protein. If you don't eat carbohydrates, your body just turns to fat and burns it to give you either ketone bodies or glycerol. And that glycerol is converted to glucose. That is gluconeogenesis in the process called lipolysis, breaking down fat. Number two, we have proteolysis, breaking down protein. You can break down protein to give you that amino acid, you break it down to get glucose. And that is again proteolysis or gluconeogenesis. So you're sourcing glucose from sources that are not carbohydrates. It is very possible. So therefore, don't ever be lied to that you need carbohydrates for energy. You don't. Energy comes from the fat cells. Energy comes, and actually, by the time all these macronutrients are getting into the mitochondria, they are not carbohydrates, they are not proteins, they are not fat anymore. They are just acetyl-CoA. That acetyl-CoA is the one that is pumped into the Krebs cycle into the mitochondria, and then you produce ATP as a result of that. So by the time they're getting into the mitochondria, the machinery, the factory of energy, the body does not know you ate a carbohydrate or fat or nothing. So therefore, all of them will be converted to one thing and changed into energy. So don't ever be lied to that you need carbohydrates. You don't. So if you're type 1 diabetic, 1 meal a day, strictly a zero carbohydrate diet. By the way, fiber in the vegetables is also carbohydrate. So you can actually tap on that. If at all you need the carbohydrates so urgently, tap on the fiber because the fiber will be broken down slowly and therefore there will be a very slow curve of glucose in blood. So you don't need too much insulin. Okay? So 1 meal a day is very important for type 1 diabetics. Number two, fasting is very important. And OMAD is actually a fasting. But prolonged fasts are very important for type 1 diabetes because you want to make the little insulin that you're producing very sensitive to your cells. It will be sensitive if you start fasting. Then, of course, go on the zero sugars. Why would you take carbohydrates? Why would you take sugar? Why would you take sugarcane? Why would you take honey? Why? There's no apparent reason. So cook your own food. Start learning a skill of cooking. Start cooking your own foods. Use saturated animal fats to cook your meals. Go on a zero carbohydrate diet. Enjoy fatty proteins. If you go to the butcherman and tell them, give me that fatty meat, don't tell them to give you fatty protein. Tell them to give you that fatty meat because you need it.